Hello and welcome to Good People Brewing. We are at Good People Brewing in Birmingham, Alabama. And I hope you can hear us. I'll try to move the camera a little closer. Now, I'm from Louisiana beer reviews.
Hopefully y'all can hear us over the fan.
Yeah, Elizabeth. Oh, I just deleted it if it doesn't come out. Elizabeth is in Birmingham, and Babs is also in Alabama.
So not in Birmingham, you'll never know where. You'll never find out.
So we have three different beers. I have their Fatso Russian Imperial Stout. It's 8.9% alcohol and 79 bitterness units. So a lot of bitterness and a lot of alcohol. You have the 6% blueberry wheat.
Yes.
With only 15 bitterness units.
Yes.
And what's the name of yours? Blueberry wheat, right?
Almond Joy? Almond cherry.
Almond cherry sour.
I don't know how many bitterness.
No, it didn't list it. Didn't list it.
But it's 4.5 ABV.
4.5%. So yours is 15, and you said, what's the name of it?
I think it's just blueberry wheat. Yeah.
Okay. So not the most creative name. Okay, anyway, mine had a little bit of head of foam. These are all draft beers. They're not from a can or bottle. And you can see how very dark brown this is.
Yeah. I mean, it looks black. It's so dark.
Yeah.
It smells like a typical Russian Imperial Stout, meaning it smells like very dark bread.
It reminds me of like the smell of like unsweetened baker's chocolate.
I was gonna say that. You want to smell it? I haven't tasted it.
Lungs. Yeah.
I figure I'll take a sip before you do, since you've been
I can see that.
Yeah,
see it.
I've been kind of stuffy with allergies.
The chocolate.
Yeah.
I still have some inflammation in my lungs, but thankfully it's clearing up. I wouldn't have made this video yesterday anyway. I said, what's that? All right.
My earrings keep up my hair.
Time for the taste. Cheers.
I think it's really.
You get black cherries in the background. You get, which it doesn't contain. You get dark brown bread crust. Get a lot of bitterness from, like we said, unsweetened baker's chocolate.
And I think there's like a molasses-ish sweetness.
There's sweetness. I would say the sweetness on this is probably 3.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. The bitterness is probably 4 out of 5 hop cones. The body's almost heavy body. It's really not heavy body, but it's almost heavy body. And the finish is I would say mostly dry. There's not a whole lot of sweetness in the finish.
Yeah.
Mostly a dry finish. This is an A+, Imperial Stout. I don't know how it would taste from bottle or can, but probably very similar. But, I'm going to go with a 98 out of 100, 9.8 out of 10.
The little sip I had is really good. Now it's like a high of 96 today, so ordering, dark stouts is not usually
right.
Like y'all know that is, I've been on record many times that that's my favorite kinds of beers. But when it's hot like this, it just feels so heavy. Like it's not really what I want to drink.
I figured I was just going to go for it,
Yeah.
But now we're not going in a certain order by preference. It's just where we happen to sit. It's random.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk. So we got the blueberry wheat, and I can't help but compare because I just tried the Avita blueberry wheat. So that's kind of in the back of my mind with this one. I was gonna say about the appearance, it's kind of like it's orange. Yeah, it's almost like a peachy kind of color, which is interesting, and it's pretty hazy.
The light comes through it, but you can't see through it.
Pure, totally white head and not much of a head.
So it's translucent like a party ball.
Yeah.
Is it an IPA?
No, it's just a
blueberry wheat beer.
Oh, wheat.
So very bready with blueberries.
It smells so much like blueberries.
Yeah.
It tastes like them too. Wow. Very blueberry.
It has. It feels more like almost like you had described yours as tasting like
This is candy. Yeah.
It tastes almost like a blueberry flavored candy to me, like less of like a fresh blueberry like fruit puree or something.
So like a Jolly Rancher.
No, this one's a Jolly
Yeah,
Rancher.
not nearly as aggressive. I think that the Abita one is a little weedier, and I think it's also a lower ABV if I remember. I think that one is more in the
4.5 maybe.
something
not
range.
6.
So it's interesting. They're both blueberry wheat beers, but I feel like they're pretty different. But it's good. It's not super sweet. It's got like that blueberry flavor. It goes down pretty easy. It wouldn't be my like, for personal preference, I wouldn't be like jumping up and down to have it again. But I was also getting stressed and having trouble deciding what I wanted to order, so I just picked it.
Like at the restaurant.
Like at the restaurant, and the guy working here, he seemed annoyed, like he was ready for us to get going. But it's not bad, and on a hot. I know, but he had a very closed off energy. I felt like he wasn't.
Yeah, just having about to or something.
Well, I felt like I was holding him up.
Just go on the internet. Or if he sees
You were holding him up.
I was literally holding him up. Oh my god! But was it last year when we reviewed those beers that I was like kind of being a little ungenerous about their labels and their names? So I wonder if
These labels are juvenile and terrible.
that's not what I said, but I did critique the marketing, and then it occurred to me like, oh, this is a really small brewery. They could
It was something like
actually
that.
see this.
Right, yeah.
I wonder if they ever did. Anyway, this is fine. I'd probably give it like a 93. I would if I was at a party and I was at a summer cookout and this was on offer in the ice chest, like I would drink it.
So you're critical, but you're still getting a most excellent A rating.
Yeah, I think it's like a good solid summer beer.
All right, now,
Just not my personal first choice.
right.
Like
Now we go to Babs.
Okay. So I got the cherry almond sour. It's really sweet.
It's like ruby red.
And it kind of tastes like candy.
Yeah,
and
let's
it's like,
show 'em
I'm
the-
sorry, I don't know how to do this.
That's okay. It's a really pretty color.
It's sort of transparent. You can kind of see through it,
It really is like a maraschino cherry red.
like a marble. Okay, so now she bought
And it
it 'cause
smells
She's
like a Jolly Rancher or something, very cherry
Yeah.
aroma.
Oh, it smells like maraschino cherries that you get in like a Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Like this isn't like a dark cherry with a pit in it. This is like, did you smell it? It's like maraschino cherry out the jar.
Oh, and by the way, I drank a soft drink recently, a soda pop called Brewing Company's Shirley Temple,
That sounds good.
which is similar, like maraschino cherry taste.
Yeah.
All right, now
So it's a little sweeter than I prefer my sours to be. Like if we're going with Alabama sours, the shrimp tap, raspberry vice, I'd probably prefer that one. But I would still give this like a 93, or even maybe a 95, just because it's really tasty. It's sweet. Yeah.
now
I like
the,
it.
the sweetness level is probably 5 out of 5 sugar cubes, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah.
But not much bitterness at all.
No bitterness at all, and not even very sour.
I feel like it's pretty sour. Like I feel like it hits me.
It's
in
a
the
little
face.
sour.
You drink more sours than me.
I might be now to the sour.
Yeah.
Like the hot sauce. Yeah. So anyway,
It's a
so
little
But my take, this is cherry almond, and I personally feel like the cherry almond flavor is like a little odd with the sour. Because I think of almond, like a frangipane or like an almond croissant or like a wedding cake type of flavor. It's like a kind of delicate, desserty flavor. And then there's that cherry candy taste you're talking about, and
Almond
then
tastes
the
the cherry.
intense sour. For me, it's like a weird combination of flavors. Like I feel like just the cherry sour would be nice, or a cherry almond, like a cherry almond lager. I could see being interesting, but I don't know. It's like taking an almond croissant and putting like really intense sweet and sour sauce on
Okay,
it.
but she ordered it, so she
Yeah.
gets to give it to
Yeah, she could give it a score. I was just providing additional
Right.
commentary.
94. It is what it is.
So we got a
it's not
98,
lying.
94, and 93. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Bon Marmalade, a very interesting place to visit. And Jean-Pierre, Beverage Ramble, you kept saying I should come here, and you were right. And we're going to end this review by saying, y'all come to Birmingham, Alabama, go to a minor league baseball game, and then come over to Good People Brewing Company. Thank you, folks.